Ted, what's going on?
Hey,
You see me?
we're back. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got it. We're calling Eddie Mercado, getting him in now. All right? Woo! That took a minute, and I'm so sorry about that, everybody.
The DHEA.
What's going on, Eddie? I got everybody in here now.
What's happening?
So, Eddie,
Hello,
I am
Ted.
joined by Ted Check
Hey,
right now. And, Ted, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, Eddie, how you doing? Ted Check. Just got a little YouTube thing going for, a couple years here, and then just hooked up with Eddie. We got this other thing going on. Oh, and there's Eddie's girlfriend in the background there.
There's ANGY JABZ.
Hi,
Oh,
Andrew.
yeah. Great to have you on the show.
So we're going to be playing the Dana White quote game, which pretty much consists of Andrea asking us questions, or quotes pretty much, and we got to guess whether or not it is Dana White or a UFC fighter. The chat room's going to play
If
along.
you know the fighter, you can guess the fighter.
Yeah, and if you know the fighter,
People
definitely.
get an extra point.
All right. If you guess the fighter, then you get an extra point as well, all right?
Wow.
So the very first
Well,
quote.
we didn't have that last week.
Yeah, I know. She actually thought of a pretty good idea for a game. I'll talk about it after. But let's get going with this. The very first question: is this Dana White or a UFC fighter? So you want to talk right into that, babe. Right up to it. Your lips on
Okay,
it. Like on
the
it.
first quote is, "Don't ever let anyone know you're injured." Or do that?
No, you're reading the wrong page.
No, I'm not. This is my quote.
Oh.
All right.
That was from week one, wasn't it?
Right. Ready?
Here, don't let me see them.
Sorry. Genius is insanity right up until it works. The quote is, "Genius is insanity right up until it works."
I want to say that was Forrest Griffin.
Ooh, he's coming out strong with the very first
Wow.
guess in the quote.
Is it supposed to be in the form of a question? Am I supposed to be like, who is?
You could do
Um,
whatever.
Yeah, like that's funny.
That's fine.
Yeah, I guess.
However you prefer.
Pretty much. Just let us know if you think it's Dana White or a UFC fighter, but that was on point. What do you think, Ted?
Well, I think it was a fighter. I don't know if it was Forrest Griffin. Honestly, I don't know if it was him, but I'm gonna go with it was a fighter. I don't think it was Dana White.
The chat room's all saying fighter as well. So I'm gonna say, wait, one more time. What was that quote? Say it.
Genius is insanity right up until it works.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a fighter because it's pretty deep for Dana White to be a quote. So everyone here, we all guessed fighter, and Eddie, you guessed Forrest Griffin.
Yeah.
So Eddie will get an extra point if it's Forrest Griffin. So the correct answer is,
It actually is Forrest Griffin, fighter.
Oh,
damn, Eddie's up 2-1 to 1.
Eddie.
And the
Coming
chat
out
room also
swinging.
got one. Making a big impression here, Eddie. Damn. So, wait, hold on. I just want to point out that right now it's on the line Ed, and Ted.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's what we got going on right now.
That's insane.
Ed, and Ted.
Teddy.
So I think that's pretty
Yeah.
funny. So, all right, Ed's in the lead right now with 2 points on top of us. So the next question, or the next quote, I don't know why I keep saying question. The next quote, is this Dana White or a UFC fighter? And Ted, this time you can go first, and then Eddie, and then I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay, the quote is, "Some people like to call me cocky or arrogant." Some people like to call me cocky or arrogant.
Was that Dana White or a UFC fighter? Ted?
I'm gonna say it's a UFC fighter, John Jones.
Ooh.
Alright.
Does he
I was gonna
lose a
say
point
John
if it's
Jones.
wrong?
No.
What's that?
I said, should we lose a point if it's wrong?
So I'll be -1.
Yeah, I know. I'm just playing around. So, Eddie, what do you think?
I mean, that does sound very John Jones-ish. I'll say a fighter. I'm not sure who, but I'll say fighter.
Ooh. One more time for everybody. I'm just letting the chat room guess because there is a 5-second delay. One more time. What was the quote?
Some people like to call me cocky or arrogant.
I'm going to say that's Dana. I'm saying Dana. Mike Hill saying Dana. Minion
Same,
McGregor
yeah.
saying fighter. Sean
He thinks it's McGregor.
McGregor. Wow. All right. So one more time. I'm saying fighter. Ted, who do you have?
I had John Jones.
And Eddie, who do you have?
I'm picking fighter.
And the correct answer is
Ronda Rousey, fighter.
ooh. You guys hear that? Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey.
Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
All right, so I'm -1.
I'm not mad at that. I'm definitely not mad at that. Alright, so let me pull this up. Skype. Eddie, you still with us?
Yes, sir.
I actually, Sean's actually listening right now. He's in the chat room. Sean from World Series of Fighting from Combat Sports Nation. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, he's in the chat room right now. All right, so
Okay. How do I see the chat room? What do I gotta click on?
just go onto YouTube and type in Pure Evil MMA, and you'll see the live chat right there.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure you're in the lead right now, Eddie.
Oh,
Right?
sweet.
I'm pretty sure.
I tried to start strong so I can taper off as we go along.
That's funny. All right, so the next quote is this Dana White or a UFC fighter? And the quote is,
It's the most hardcore, full content sport in the world, meaning the UFC, obviously.
and one more time, what was the quote?
It's the most hardcore, full content sport in the world.
And I'll go first this time. I'm saying that's Dana White just because it's kind of a promotional quote. So now it goes to Ted and then Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie, I'm going to agree with you on that. I think that's Dana White-ish. So yeah, that sounds like something he would say.
And you know what? I have to agree with Dana White. This definitely is the best live event. It really is. Like out of any live sport, MMA is really, or any combat sport really. So Eddie, what do you think about this?
It sounds very Dana White-like. I'll pick Dana White. Sure.
All right, and do you guys see what the chat room's saying? Ted, do you see what the chat room's saying? Dana.
Dana.
So the correct answer is
Dana White.
ooh.
Yay!
So Eddie, you're still in the lead, and we are still one under you, correct?
Holding strong. I'm
Holding strong. Damn. Wait, Eddie, where exactly do you live, man?
I'm in Virginia.
Oh,
East Coast.
really?
Yes, sir.
You came all the way from Virginia to Foxwoods the other week?
Yep, absolutely. Anytime there's a fight up there or at the Mohegan Sun,
And listen,
more than likely catch me up there.
Before we go any further, since we were in such a panic because I couldn't connect the two, Eddie, do you want to just give everyone, where they can find you on social media and what you do before we go further on with the game?
Sure. I'm a writer for BloodyElbow.com. You can catch me on there doing interviews or highlights, results, whatever they have me doing. We do a show called the MMA Vivisection. We got a show called the 6th Round. Just a whole bunch of MMA related stuff because I can't get enough of it. But you can follow me on Twitter at the Eddie Mercado. My YouTube channel is the Eddie Mercado, or actually I think it's just Eddie Mercado. But yeah, that's about it.
And Eddie, is that your full-time gig there with Bloody Elbow?
No, I also have a day job. I work for an IT company, and when I'm not there, I'm watching fights or talking about fights or talking to fighters. So
Awesome.
I'm addicted.
All right, so pretty much Eddie was like one of the most impressive people I saw at World Series of Fighting 31 with the questions that you were coming up with. And we got some pretty good interviews, man. Jason Hyde, that fight was amazing. And then, the very last fight, we couldn't really interview him, but
Yeah.
we got Copeland to do an interview with us, or like a little media scrum. So that was exciting. You can check
How about
that
that
out
fight?
on my page. And where can they find that? On the Bloody Elbow site?
What's that?
All the interviews that you do. That's on Bloody Elbow?
BloodyElbow.com. You can just search. You can search for my name, and it'll pull up all my stuff. Or, you can search any particular fighter, and more than likely something about them will pop up, whether it's an interview or news or updates. Or.
All right. So we got 2 more questions for you. Is everyone ready for this?
Ready.
Yes,
All right. So the next quote.
All right. Don't be the guy laying in the hospital bed going, I wonder what would have happened if I tried. The worst thing that could happen is that it doesn't work. One last time, the quote is, don't be the guy laying in the hospital bed going, I wonder what would have happened if I tried. The worst thing that could have happened is that it doesn't work. Was that Dana White or UFC fighter?
It's like 90s on Nickelodeon. So Eddie, you're first, man.
I think I'm gonna go fighter on that. It sounds like something a fighter would say. Can you read it one more time?
One more time.
Don't be the guy laying in the hospital bed going, I wonder what would have happened if I tried. The worst thing that could happen is that it doesn't work.
That's a pretty good one.
That is a good one. That's tough. I can see Dana saying that. I could definitely see Dana saying that, but I can definitely see a fighter saying that. I think I'm gonna go fighter. I'm gonna stick with fighter. Fighter was my gut. We'll go fighter.
Ted, what are you thinking on this, man?
I'm going Dana White. I'm going Dana White on this.
All right. So the correct answer. Wait, I didn't even say mine yet.
Yeah. What's yours?
All right. One more time. What was the quote?
Don't be the guy laying in the hospital bed thinking, I wonder what could have happened if I tried. The worst thing that could happen is that it doesn't work.
I'm going with Dana White on that because I'm pretty sure I've heard him say that before on one of the seasons of Ultimate Fighter.
I was gonna say it sounds like an Ultimate Fighter quote.
It does, because a lot of people on Ultimate Fighter, you know, they something happens with weight cut and they want to give up, but at the same time, a coach could have said that at the same time. So I'm sticking with Dana White. What was the correct answer?
Dana White is the correct answer.
All right.
So round off the score. The chat room's actually doing pretty good tonight too. I'm pretty surprised. So let's tally the score really quick. I'm pretty sure me and Eddie are tied right now, and Ted, you're down by 1.
Oh, we are gonna go with the negative thing.
Oh wait, why are you tied?
No, I mean no, that's fine. That's fine. You had me at negative.
Wait, didn't you just get that one wrong?
No, you got it right.
Oh, you got it right. All right, then me and you are tied, and Eddie's still up 1, right? You got it right as well, Eddie.
No, I got that one wrong.
Oh! We have a tiebreaker.
He doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
I'll keep
tired.
track of the points next time.
I gotta write them down next time.
I will.
Too much wacky tobacco, Eddie.
No. None of that. But this is gonna be pretty crazy. We've never had a tiebreaker on the show before.
Oh, because this is the last question now, right?
And it's the last question. We might.
Right.
Uh-oh. Are you ready? Is everyone ready? All right. So the next quote.
All right. The last quote is, my success isn't a result of arrogance. It's a result of belief. My success is not a result of arrogance. It's a result of belief. Is that Dana White or UFC fighter? And if you think you know who, you can guess.
Here, let's see what the chat room's saying.
Last question.
This is a big one, so think about it. I might have to look to the chat room for advice on this.
Phone a friend, right?
One more time for everybody. What was the quote before anybody answers?
My success isn't a result of arrogance. It's a result of belief.
So I'm gonna say that's a tough one. Does anyone else want to go first?
I like what the chat room's saying here with McGregor.
Oh yeah.
McGregor. You got Sean Gilday. He's saying McGregor, and Minion McGrognan.
Minion McGregor.
Minion McGregor is saying McGregor as well. So I'm going to agree with them.
I'm gonna say Dana White. I'm gonna go against you. Spice it up. I'm gonna go with Dana White. So Eddie, it comes down to you, man, and it looks like you know what the answer is too. It looks like he knows he won this.
No, I don't know. Let's hear it one more time.
All right, one more time for everyone.
My success isn't a result of arrogance, it's a result of belief. My success isn't a result of arrogance, it's a result of belief.
I bet Siri can find it.
I don't want to cheat. I'm not going to cheat. I'll say Dana White.
Yeah? Wait, why? Why do you want to... Why?
Because he seems like a believer. I feel like, he's someone who's definitely believed in the company. And, for that quote to even be relevant, I would feel like it has to come from Dana White.
I like that response, man. And so I got Dana, Eddie's got Dana, Ted's got fighter.
Right.
What is the chat room saying? Anyone else relay their votes? And the correct answer is
Dun, 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 dun. Conor McGregor!
Oh, yes!
Ted wins it for the first time.
Okay, I was too excited for that. This was a contest.
Wow, dude! Wow.
Everything in my life.
That was a good quote. I could see it now. I could totally see Connor saying that now.
No, thanks to Sean and Minion. They were the guy. They gave me the idea for it. So.
Damn. So Eddie, thank you so much for coming on, man. What's your plans for UFC 200?
Oh man, I'm gonna be just watching it, and I'm gonna have butterflies. I always get butterflies for certain events. I mean, Brock Lesnar is about to fight Mark Hunt. Like what?
Oh yeah.
Who you got in that real quick? Who you taking?
All right, so everybody is saying, and I'm gonna be talking about this later. So I'm leaning towards Brock. I really am. I'm leaning towards Brock, and I'm getting a lot of lip for it, but I'll explain why later in the show in about a couple minutes. So we're gonna get into that. But honestly,
Hunt with the walk-off knockout.
You're going with Hunt?
Here's the thing. I could totally see Hunt winning, but I don't think it's going to be a landslide like everyone thinks it's going to be. No one's given Brock Lesnar any credit at all. So
I got Brock.
I know this. There's no logical reason to pick Brock Lesnar in this. And whenever that happens and you're in one of those situations, like Bisping and Rockhold.
I picked Bisping on that as well.
I picked Bisping too, but most people didn't.
Oh.
Yep.
And
I picked Rockhold.
You just kind of got to look at it. Like, why is it? It doesn't make any sense. And the odds are so close. I don't know. I think he's going to shock the world.
I agree.
Again.
And he was also saying that, he's open to other fights after UFC 200. But thank you so much for coming on the show, Eddie. Everyone can find Eddie on bloodyelbow.com. He writes some amazing stuff, gets amazing interviews. And one more time, what was your Twitter account for everybody?
You find me on Twitter at @TheEddieMercado. But yeah, thank you so much for having me, man.
All right, thank you, man, and I hope to see you at the next event.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too. Thank you.
All right, have a good night. And wait, one last question. What are you covering for Bloody Elbow over the weekend? Because I know that the way you guys do it over there is that one person will cover like the updates, one person will cover this. What are you doing?
Okay, so tomorrow I will be on the Bloody Elbow Facebook doing a Facebook live chat preview for UFC Fight Night 90 Dos Anjos versus Alvarez. And then I will also be doing betting previews for that, as well as the Tough 23 finale. I will be doing highlights for the Tough 23 finale and Fight Night 90.
Nice, man.
And I'll be doing the 6th round for UFC 200 over on MMANation.com on YouTube. That's DOTCON.
All right, well, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I love the way that you guys do that over there at Bloody Elbow. I think that's a great idea to break it down that way. So
Thank you.
have a great weekend, Eddie, and I hope to talk to you soon, man. Thanks for coming on Evil and Intoxicated.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
All
See ya.
right, later,
Take care,
man.
Ted.
What's going on, Ted?
Hey, Eddie.
All
That was
right,
great.
bye,
That was
Ted. I'll
awesome.
see you soon. And thanks everybody in the chat room. It was fun. And I'm glad you won. Congrats.
Yeah, congrats on that, Ted. So good night. I'll be out there in a little bit. Me and Ted are about to start the celebration review UFC 200 for everyone.